I want to thank you first for your time. I know you're probably very busy, and it's very cool to talk to you. I haven't played the game, but I read your book, and I really liked it.
Thank you.
Some concepts I could really relate to what I see it's happening in the business world. And I think you bring some very interesting perspectives. We can talk about it a little bit, go a little bit deeper into that later. But if you can just present yourself, who is Ronen?
So I'm Ronen Gafni. I live in Israel. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business philosopher. I'm the creator of FreshBees and running the company for the past 12 years. And in the past year, I'm co-founder in a new startup which is called Budi, which is a platform for co-creation. So I'm really involved around entrepreneurship, co-creation, new mindset, collaboration, creativity, kind of like reinventing the business world. So that's kind of like what I'm engaged in.
Yeah, so you're from Israel, right?
I'm from Israel.
And it,
Yes.
yeah, cool. And what's your background? Like, you studied business? Like, how did you start your career? How did you think you would start? Have you always had this mindset of like, yeah, I'm not gonna do the usual thing. I'm gonna find out what I want and go for it, or you discovered that with time? How was in the start?
Um, I think that I pretty much knew that I want to do things differently, or let's say I knew that the way things have been done, um, I, I'm less related to that, and I'm looking for new ways to do things. So it started from from school, and I thought that the way that we are learning in school doesn't suit what I believe should be the learning process. And I understood that trying to just like excel the exams without really understanding the material or really understanding the context of why we are learning what we are learning never sat with me. So I was always looking to do things a bit differently. And then after school, and then I went to the army. There I started, let's say, that my career in software development, and I've been a software developer for about 10 years after the army. And I went into branding and marketing and a bit of trading on the stock market. Uh, started
Did a bit
learning
of everything.
Yeah, started learning business in university, but I quit because I also understood that the university format is not suitable for what I'm looking for. So I didn't really finish, and then I started a bunch of companies, and then I started FreshBees, and that's how things kind
Yeah.
of like rolled out.
Cool. That reminds me a bit of Paulo Freire. I don't know if you know him. He's a Brazilian philosopher, works with education, and he writes a lot of books. And he says that the way the school system works today to make you fit into a pattern, it kind
Mhm.
of kills your creativity. So he also advocates for changing the way we teach kids, to make them more, develop their skills and develop their creativity without telling them that they have to fit into this and this is what they need to know to get into university. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, I totally
And
agree with this. I think that the school system doesn't really bring us to the point that will be creative or collaborators or have the right philosophy about life and about business. So it's kind of like take us off track instead of like putting us on track. And I think that everybody knows this now, right? It's like it's pretty obvious. Yeah,
yeah, not for everyone. It should be more obvious, I think. Like
yeah.
so many people have been saying this for so long, And what I feel is when you go into this business world, you know, people have heard about it, but when it comes to putting to practice, they are kind of a bit afraid. They're like, I'm just gonna stick to the usual thing that I know it's safe. So yeah, it's probably not news for many people, but I think more people should be putting this into practice. And I feel like it's been changing slowly, fortunately. And yeah, let's see where we where we'll get. But it's definitely better today than it used to be, and I think the mentality is slowly changing. It takes a long time to change these kind of things because it's so rooted in us, and we are born and raised to act and to think like this, and it's hard to the thing you say in your book to rewire your brain to change this. And
Exactly.
the longest you stay in the old business, the harder it is to change your mindset. um,
Exactly.
so yeah, go on.
No, I totally agree. I think that it should change. I think it's starting to change. It's probably not changing rapidly enough, but yeah, way many more people understand it now than 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So we are on the
Yeah,
right track.